Episode 2 of Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission is in the books. As I always say when I do these, and I've talked about it multiple times, the Dragon Ball Heroes promo anime is done to promote the the arcade game in Japan, where you can get these cards and play them, actual physical cards, and play them in the arcade machines and whatnot. If you played the Switch version, you know it's a smaller version of the arcade one, but it's all digital cards. With the arcade one, it's actual cards. And the card they're promoting this month for this episode of Heroes, there's a new Beerus, but there's also this awesome new card of Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku teaming up together that looks so freaking cool. And it's like, damn, like, wouldn't it be awesome if we actually got like an official like movie, not like a promo anime, like a movie with SS4 and SS Blue Goku, Super and GT Goku teaming up. That would be just so freaking cool. Yeah, I know it's more Goku time, but it would just be awesome to see. So, Big Bang Mission Episode 2 picks up where the last one left off, where Beerus and the Gods of Destruction are on Earth, and they're trying to find this bird that is supposedly going to create havoc in the universe. And, of course, they assume the bird is Toki Toki, which Time Patrol Trunks has to protect and make sure that the bird doesn't get hurt or even destroyed by the Gods of Destruction, in this case, led by Beerus. Now, I want to say, if you are a fan of Beerus, you will love this episode because, man, does he kick a lot of ass in this one, yo. Even in the first few moments of the episode, SS Blue Goku and Vegeta and Time Patrol Trunks are going in, and Beerus is just manhandling them with ease. You have to remember two things. Number one, we've never seen Beerus at max power, and presumably this is not Beerus at max power because he was like kind of toying with them, all three of them at once. But number two, remember, and I have to keep reiterating this, Dragon Ball Heroes power scaling makes absolutely no sense. Obviously, Ultra Instinct Goku, to me, is more powerful than Beerus, in my opinion, based on when he's in that state of being. I'm not saying he's in that state of being here, because he's not, but, you know, if they end up fighting and Beerus wins, don't think it means anything. Like, nothing in Heroes really means anything, you know, so I have to reiterate that. It's just for entertainment purposes and to push along the story. Whoever comes up with the storylines in the Dragon Ball room or somewhere at Bandai, they don't really care that much about power scaling. All they care about is putting out the next new card. That's essentially it. I've been saying it for months now, but we always have new listeners who don't seem to understand this. Some people are very confused about Heroes, and I worry because, you know, people get confused, and I don't want that to happen. But anyway, so what happens is Goku and Vegeta Zeno versions, which is Time Patrol versions, show up in a really badass entrance. You know, I'm always gonna love Zeno Goku's attire, with like the red, long sort of a coat and whatnot. I really love that look for him. I wish that Goku would adopt that in the series at some point. So Vegeta points out that while they've been fighting, they haven't been paying attention because the roots of this evil tree, of course this is all a fuse plan, has kind of taken root. And they have some really creepy visuals here of like the roots coming into existence and whatnot here. Really well done. Again, the animation here is not going to be at the level that we want it to be. It's been talked about for months now, but again, I have to say it because we have new listeners, new subscribers, new people. It's just not going to be at the level of Super because the top dogs on Super are not involved in this currently. They do come by once in a while for some episodes here and there, but not on a monthly basis or bi-monthly, whenever it is. So, don't expect to be that great, but there are some interesting visuals still, aesthetic visuals here, and this to me is one of them. And so they give us this visual of like planets like being rotted away at this tree. Again, very much like the visuals of what happened in Dragon Ball Z Movie 3, which was the Tree of Might film. How the Tree of Might sucks up all the energy from the earth and just leaves it rotting. It's kind of like what Moro does now in many ways. I see some similarities there between Moro and the Tree of Might. But in this case, you know, the visual is not quite the same. If you remember in the Tree of Might movie, there's a lot of like animals running around without a home and all that. Here, it's a lot more like it rots out into just being a space rock. You know, there's not much left on it at all, whether it be life forms, plant life, or anything. With the Tree of Might, people still live for a little while, I suppose. Goku, of course, saved the day. Here, it was just like the planet's gone. You know what I'm saying? Into just a just nothing. It looks like a sucked up, chewed up jawbreaker. It looks like that. So all of a sudden, the gods of destruction start glowing yellow and then disappear, and Beerus is the only one left. I just want to say real quick before we move on with the review that once again we got screwed here because the Goku Beerus rematch that was teased last episode, much like the Goku versus Goku fight in the first episode, wound up being nothing. 3 moves and that's it, and it was 2 of them were on Vegeta and Trunks. Like, Beerus literally blocks 1 move, and there's a few punches thrown here and there, but that's it. Like, it's literally like maybe 10 seconds max. I hate this. I really do. I can't stand when Heroes does this. Like, I wish they would dedicate a whole episode to an actual fight like they did during the Hearts fight in last portion of Heroes or whatever, the previous Heroes anime series. And I just feel like we're never going to get a real good fight. They're going to build up these fights, but we're never really going to get, with the exception of 1 or 2 in the entire arc, we're never going to get a great fight. And because of that, I honestly feel like this Heroes promo anime is a waste of time. I mean, I'm covering it. I don't hate myself for watching it or anything like that because they're only 10-minute episodes, but if you value those 10 minutes, I mean, I know nowadays a lot of us are looking for entertainment because a lot of us are quarantined, but, or at least, on social isolation, but, again, it's not really entertaining and it's always a letdown. So, what I'm trying to tell you is this: if you're gonna watch the Heroes anime, set your expectations really, really low. It's not good to get hyped up for this. I'm not gonna play hype man for these videos at all. I'm not gonna do that. Other YouTubers might do it. I'm not gonna do it because there's nothing to be hyped about because they let us down every time. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel me on that one? So, until we have something truly good, which of course I will report it to you if we do, something truly spectacular in Heroes, it's best to keep our expectations low and just kind of watch and see what happens, but not to expect these classic Dragon Ball fights that we saw in Z and in Super. Definitely not the quality of Z. I mean, that's for sure not, we're not going to get any of that here. So just to elaborate a little bit, the Gods of Destruction went to go investigate what's going on in their own universes. Then Fuse shows up and he's with Dogi Dogi, who is the bird of catastrophe, the actual bird that Beerus had heard about was going to bring about the end of the existence of the universe or whatever the case is. And they discuss, Few basically kind of reveals what's going on. Turns out that he was the mastermind behind Hearts and the Universe Seed. And what he wants to do is, the Universe Seed that Hearts was kind of manifesting in the previous incarnation of Heroes in the last series, that's going to grow into the Universe Tree. Now, the Universe Tree is basically, to keep it simple, it's basically a more powerful Tree of Might. That's the properties behind it. They're not really linked together, but you can tell they got the idea from the Tree of Might concept. I did a video about the Tree of Might years ago, going into the in-depth roots, no pun intended, of the Tree of Might and where they got the idea from, the religious sort of iconography they used for the film, what it actually means. I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this one because I really want everybody to check that video out. It's like 4 years old, 4.5, 5 years old. I made it in 2015, but it still holds up because I'm very proud of it. But anyways, back to this review. So the Universe Tree basically sucks out the energy of the universes. Again, it's basically the Tree of Might on steroids, and it gets bigger and more powerful because of that. So it's the Tree of Might in a much grander scale, and the plot here is that Few wants to create a new universe. He wants to basically restart life. Kind of reminds me of what Thanos said in Endgame, right? Kind of reminiscent of that, So Beerus uses his powers to, nullify the tree and stop it from growing. And he's sitting there holding it back, and he's telling Goku and the gang, look, I can only hold on to this for a limited amount of time. I can't hold on to this forever. And basically, what ends up happening is he tells Goku and them, yo, you have to do something about this because I can't hold this forever. So Vegeta, Goku, and the gang are going to go and see what they can do to stop the tree and put it away and defeat Few. So that's kind of how the episode ends. Next episode, though, for the first time in many years, we're going to see the return of Bojack and Turles. I'll do a whole breakdown on that when I get the entire translation. Bojack and Turles are coming to Dragon Ball Heroes next episode. And the episode's called Rematch with Strong Enemies, and it's going to be interesting because there's going to be more surprises to come. But, of course Turles will be back. It's the Tree of Might. It's like his movie, you know what I'm saying? But it's a different Tree of Might. Either way, that's pretty much what's going on here. Again, another great idea wasted in Dragon Ball Heroes. And it's just, this could be a great plot for a movie, for a TV arc. Even for like the manga, this could be a great arc, great concept. It all kind of ties in with the seed and whatnot. The universes are all involved. It's really way more grandiose and bigger than the Moro arc, way more ambitious than the Moro arc. And yet, because of the limitations of what Heroes is and what its purpose is, we're never going to get a good story out of it, or at least we're probably not going to get a good story out of it. Well, I hope that we do, but that's kind of a low expectation, like I said earlier in the review. Anyways, let me know what you think about Super Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission 2, Episode 2. And thank you again. Remember to take care of yourself and each other.